On this episode of The Unseen World, we travel to the quiet town of Brownsville, Tennessee, a place that holds not one, but two of the most unique roadside attractions you'll find in America. The first, Tennessee's largest metal sculpture, Billy Tripp's Mindfield. One man's account of his life from birth to death through repurposed metal. Then, not 10 feet away, we'll sit down for a haircut at a one-of-a-kind barber shop and menagerie museum. There is a world all around you, filled with creations that will amaze. A world of destinations that astound. A world waiting to be explored. Come and discover the unseen world.
This is what it sounds like to be born.
To have a sculpture, and that sculpture be from a lifelong resident that tells his entire story from birth to death, and that he wants to be buried on that same plot that he's spent all these years building this thing. And I think that that's probably what makes it unique and one of the reasons to come see it. I'm Steve Hilton. I'm President and CEO of the Brownsville-Haywood County Chamber of Commerce. Brownsville is a really quaint community. It's a very southern antebellum style of a community. We have a big historical district here, home of Tina Turner.
Brownsville has quite a few notable exports, but one is known worldwide.
Well, the entire Tripp family live here, and their claim to fame is Tripp Country Hams. But Billy's got quite a bit of fame all to his own because of the Mindfield. It's the largest metal sculpture in the state of Tennessee, and it gets tourists as far as Paris, France.
In 1989, Billy began construction of the Mindfield as simply something to do, or as he puts it, to keep his mind straight.
And something that doesn't get mentioned very much is he has no help doing it. All the structure that you see at the Mindfield was done by him alone. Nobody helped him put that stuff up. It's unique in that way, that he is the only one that's ever touched that sculpture. My granddad gave me a coin that he carried in his pocket for the longest time, and it's called a round to it. R-O-U-N-D-T-U-I-T. It's printed on the coin sitting right there. And the point was, if I ever get around to it, I'll get it done. Well, Billy's philosophy was get it done. He didn't wait to get around to it. When it hit his mind, he got it done. And I think that's the same philosophy he keeps today.
At first glance, the Mindfield appears to be a random collection of metal objects painted battleship gray. But there is a reason behind every item.
It tells Billy's story. Sometimes you can't see the story. He has to explain why it is. He might have put a piece in there because it made him think of something. For instance, 3 towers in the Mindfield that he took down. Their observation towers. I have no clue what the meanings are, but Billy can tell you 1, 2, 3 and why they're there. But they're lit up at night, and they're very attractive for the night scene here in Brownsville.
Billy hasn't always been praised for his creation.
Half the folks here didn't like it. They thought it was, I don't want to say ugly, that's not the word, strange maybe is the better word. And the other half liked it. He got an agreement with the city some time ago because the height of some of the sculpture and everything that's there, it exceeds regulations. And he got special permission to build that. And then he also has permission from the city to be buried there when he dies. His wife may have something different to say about that. I'm not sure she wants to be buried out there. But I mean, that option exists. I mean, he does have permission to be buried there. So I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Stay tuned. The unseen world will return. We now return to the unseen world.
Billy is easy to be friends with. I don't know what he thinks about fame. I'm not real sure that it even bothers him. He runs around in a Mazda truck with a frame that he built on it to help carry some of this metal stuff that he puts out into the deal. Billy is probably one of the most friendliest fellows you'll ever meet in your life. He's not opposed to telling you his story. He just doesn't like public speaking. And he has a book.
I write this in the morning before work. The sun up outside, the shop doors closed for the time being and from the night. And I in the rocker with pen and paper and coffee and a pastry am in heaven to the best and worst of my ability in time of life and space. So what do hopes plan for? For these days and coming years to work on my steel garden. My field, Mindfield. Simple, quite understandable.
He wrote his book exactly like he is. The stories behind the Mindfield and the stories behind what caused him to put some of the things that he puts out into the Mindfield. It's written like he's telling you the story. It just goes from one subject to the next subject to the next subject and what was on his mind at the time when he was writing it.
The Mindfield is a living thing, growing every time Billy has a new idea. It is an autobiographical sculpture, with each edition acting as a personal journal entry.
A lot of it has to do with his lifetime and people that he's run into. If he runs into a person, it makes a particular kind of impression on him, whether that be family or friend, that may go into the Mindfield. I think he knew what he wanted to put in it. I don't think he realized the impact that it would make outside of what he put into it and what people see from it. And I suppose you could call all metal sculpture unique according to the author. But if you go and look at this thing, there's no pattern to it. It's just random things, but yet they explain a lot of Billy's story. I've seen people go out there and look at it and stand and scratch their heads and they'll look at it in awe. Its uniqueness is that it's a lifetime sculpture in one place. You don't have to go to half a dozen places to see the art of this artist. I think that probably makes it unique as far as any sculpture in the state. Just take Nashville, for instance. If you drive downtown, you're liable to see 100 different pieces of metal sculpture, but they're not the same artist, or if they are, there's a piece here and then there's a piece across town. Well, with Billy's sculpture, it has the name recognition of being the tallest in the state, individual metal sculpture, but it's all contained in one area. So I think that probably makes it worth traveling to see.
I often tell people a couple of things. You can say it's a roadside attraction painted gray on which birds sit and pass semi-solids from. And I'll borrow a line from Shakespeare to describe what I'm doing. I'm fishing for trout in a peculiar stream.
Stay tuned. The unseen world will return. We now return to the unseen world.
Most people think success is about how much money you make or how much money you got, but that is not true success. True success is the difference you make in people's lives. So all I try to do is to make a difference in people's lives, you know, to love one another. So that's my ultimate purpose, and it's my way of doing it. My name is Anthony Turner from Brownsville, Tennessee. Well, I'm a barber in my shop, and I'm also a museum owner. I've been a barber like I think it's about 27 years now. That's one of my passions, being a barber.
Anthony Turner has rented the building in front of Billy Tripp's Mindfield for over 20 years. Starting as a simple barber shop, Anthony recently decided to fulfill his lifelong dream of turning the property into a one-of-a-kind museum to complement Billy's Mindfield.
I opened a museum October 13th, 2018. Well, I decided to open it up because people always brought me things and they always gave me things. Ever since I started barber school, everybody just wanted to give me things, and, you know, and I would keep those things and put it in storage. I had in my mind, one day I'm gonna build this fabulous museum. It would be like no other museum in the world.
While there are designated spots around the Mindfield to observe and take pictures, the site itself is technically closed to the public. Anthony wanted his museum to give fans of the sculpture a tangible place to visit and get an amazing haircut.
I met Billy Tripp, we was classmates. We was classmates in school. We went to the same school and we graduated together.
When Billy Tripp began constructing the Mindfield in 1989, neither he nor Anthony had any idea of the attention that this property would receive over the coming years.
I mean, it takes the Mindfield to make this happen. And so a lot of people had a negative view about the Mindfield. You know, a lot of people did, but it's the greatest thing, and I came here. But since I put this here, a lot of people have a different outlook now about the Mindfield. So this pushes the Mindfield, and the Mindfield pushes this. So it works together.
The Menagerie Museum and Barber Shop is the perfect artistic companion for the towering gray behemoth still being constructed in its backyard. Anthony says it's like nothing else in the world.
I like what he's doing, and he likes what I'm doing, so we like support each other, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody comes to the Mindfield, they comes in here. And so when they come back, they always brings me a gift, you know? So that's a lot of this stuff, that's how I collect it. Stuff in here come from people all over the world. So it's just a one-of-a-kind museum, so that's all I can tell you.
Stay tuned. The unseen world will return. We now return to the unseen world. Not only does Anthony's museum have a variety of Mindfield history and memorabilia, it also houses a spectacular array of eclectic items from his personal collection. With notable sections dedicated to the civil rights movement, as well as the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, Anthony's museum is both reverent and entertaining. Curating such a unique museum experience takes a special touch.
When I decide how to arrange things, it just comes to my head, you know. My thought will just tell me this needs to be here, and this needs to be there. And once I put it there, that's where it's supposed to be. And if I move it, it'll throw the whole museum off. Everything is where it's supposed to be. 'Cause I see it before I do it.
With Anthony's meticulous placement of objects, plus the sheer number of things to look at, the museum will change before your eyes. Like a Rorschach test, it's designed so everyone sees something different depending on their perspective. Anthony's goal is to give you a new museum every time you turn around.
You come in and walk all the way around, you tour everything around, and when you finish, turn around and backtrack yourself, go the opposite way. You'll see things going this way, you cannot see going that way.
As you move through the exhibits, it's impossible to miss the inspirational quotes suspended from the ceiling. These quotes are essential to Anthony's message of joy and community. When Anthony hears something that resonates with him, he adds it to the collection.
All of those quotes in the ceiling, they come from two persons. They come from Oprah Winfrey and they come from Steve Harvey. I take some messages and try to share it with other people. So when they come in, they can read the quotes. It'll uplift them, you know. I just want them, when they come in, I want them to leave with a different mindset and new strength. No matter what you want to do, it's possible that you can do whatever you set your mind to doing.
Throughout the museum, there is an intricate web of fishing line that suspends and connects all the pieces in the museum. Another special nod to Anthony's belief in the interconnectedness of us all.
The ceiling is a whole another museum on its own. I cut like 6 different nationality of people here. It's 6 different nationality comes in here. No matter what color you are, we all have something in common. And I said when one falls, it is our job to try to uplift that person. So I designed the museum that way. That's why it won't nothing in the ceiling fall. But if it do happen to fall, it will not hit the floor, because what the object beside whatever falls, it'll come together and keep it from hitting the floor. And when I put it back in the ceiling, it'll straighten itself back out, no matter how heavy it is. If the heavy piece falls, everything that is connected with fishing line will come together and grab it. And I put it back in the ceiling, it straightens itself back out. So that's the way we supposed to do. So that's why I designed the museum that way. It's some of everything in here. It's about love. It's about motivating people, and it's just different things. You really just have to come and see it. I really can't even explain everything to you. You just must come and see it.
Billy Tripp's Mindfield and Anthony's Master Barbershop Menagerie Museum are both located in Brownsville, Tennessee, just outside of Memphis. While visitors aren't allowed inside the Mindfield itself, there is plenty of space where visitors are welcome to stop and take pictures. The museum is open Wednesday to Saturday, 9 to 5. Admission is $5 and donations are welcome. Stay tuned. The Unseen World will return. Have you explored a location featured on today's episode of The Unseen World? Then share your stories with us and join the conversation at #SeeUnseenWorld on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And if you know of a hidden gem, roadside attraction, or any other interesting location you think deserves to be uncovered, visit SeeUnseenWorld.com to make a suggestion to our producers.
good.